But you mentioned one thing though. But you mentioned one thing, and I do like it.
Look, I'll be honest with you. Look, I'm not going on like I'm some perfect example.
But you're right.
But I'm just saying it's a bit like you're being a bit hypocritical. But no. Then again, actually, for real, at the end of the day, if you're Muslim, if you're a Muslim woman, you have to marry a Muslim man. Like that's just part of the religion.
So would you say that
a Muslim man
can marry a Christian?
Yeah, can marry.
That's a bit sexist, there, kind sir.
See this one, we can.
So wait, a Muslim man can marry a non-Muslim woman.
Wait, you know,
a Muslim woman cannot marry a non. Oh, this sounds outrageous, kind sir.
Allah's an example of that. Gabriel.
Yeah.
Allah's dad's Muslim. Allah's mom's Christian.
Okay. Yeah. So exactly.
But I get why though. But why do you think that is though?
What do you mean?
Why do you feel that a Muslim man is allowed?
Because, like you see children, say for example, they follow the lead of, they follow the religion of their fathers.
Okay.
From what I know.
Baba is the same as well.
So, yeah.
Tunde.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Tunde is the same as well, yeah.
Is he Muslim?
I think his dad's Muslim and his mom's Christian.
Okay.
Cause what I find interesting though is that, because people always talk about saying religion divides, and I don't think religion does divide. Okay, I think people use it as a tool in the same way that you've got a knife. That same knife can be used to cut a cake. The same knife can be used to stab somebody. It's how you use that tool which determines what happens, in my opinion. So obviously, as you know, we've got the Abrahamic religions. As you know, you've got Judaism, Christianity, you've got Islam.
And
then you've got Abraham, and you've got Ishmael. Ishmael being the father of the Arab race. Both being sons of Abraham. And Isaac and Ishmael, sons of Abraham. And I always say, how do you feel that divide happened? And because people often always try to use religion as an excuse, and I don't like people blaming religion for anything.
No.
Because as I said, I like to use the analogy of a knife, meaning that if I use a knife to cut a cake, it's the same knife I've used to stab somebody. It's not the knife that's at fault. And I say, how do you, obviously you just come out of fasting, and I guess this was probably the time in your life where for those 30 days, not saying you're not really practical, but these are the 30 days that you
become much more spiritual. And more involved in basically developing within your faith, like, because obviously there's a lot of distractions and stuff like that. When there's this feeling about Ramadan that when it's Ramadan, there's certain things you just feel like, okay, like it's Ramadan, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Look at this girl, or even you shouldn't be looking at this girl.
Of course,
anyways.
Well, no one's perfect.
In general, I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? But it helps, man. Spiritually, I think it's one of the it's the most beautiful month, you know, to experience.
Am I right in saying that you was born into Islam?
Yes.
As in being from Sudan, I'm assuming primarily it's an Islamic country. Primarily, obviously you're going to get the odd Christian, you might get the odd someone, but primarily.
So that's, you see the South Sudanese, a lot of them
Christian, the Dinkas.
Oh, so is that, would you say that's maybe part of the divide then maybe?
I think so,
Or would you say that those who tried to colonize Sudan maybe got to the south first and maybe tried to infiltrate and didn't get to the north in time, and that caused the divide? Would you say it was done on purpose?
To be honest, I'm not like, because there's I hear so many different stories. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even agree with the divide as well, etc. But there's so much, like, the politics so deep, and like I've seen like certain things in Sudan that I kind of don't really want to like speak about. But you know what I mean? Obviously for South Sudanese, I feel like for them it was good for them, you know, because of how like they were treated in the north. Do you know what I mean? But as a whole, I don't think it was good at all. You know what I'm trying to say?
What's crazy?
The politics is much more deeper. And I don't want to be a person to kind of like try and speak of it.
Because if you don't know it to the T, it's no point.
Trust me, it's really touchy. Like as I said, if I brought one of my South Sudanese brothers here and we were to have this conversation, you know what I mean? You would see the passion. Like he might even like, you know, get aggressive. You know what I'm trying to say? Not even at me, but just at the whole situation, because it's really, really deep. Do you know what I mean?
But what would you say? Sorry to interrupt you. So with that divide, so obviously I'm assuming between South and North Sudan, there isn't actually a border, there isn't like a brick wall or a barrier. But I guess you know when you've crossed either side. But I guess from looking at somebody, you can't determine whether someone's from South.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
100%.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, 100%.
most
I can
definitely.
tell.
Yeah.
Serious?
I can
most
fully
definitely.
tell. Yeah.
Most definitely.
I could.
So you can see someone today who from Sudan. You could be like, you're from South. Without even any speech, without no word being said.
Bro, most men I know on average from South.
Yeah.
The shortest man I know is your height.
Okay.
Yeah. They tend to always be really tall and really dark.
Okay. So those from the north tend to be tall and dark.
No, those
other way around.
Those
in the south,
tall and dark.
Okay.
The north. Yeah. There's a lot of different like.
So you're from North Sudan then?
Yeah, from North.
Because you're short.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I didn't mean that. No, sorry. I just. No, I didn't mean.
Wait. I'm mad
short. You know.
I'm not mad short though.
No. I mean compared to like the days and.
No, but the way you hit.
Sorry, brother. Sorry. No, I didn't mean. Sorry.
You're short.
That's the highest.
Gabe was onto me because even when I came, the way Gabe would even greet me, you didn't greet me.
I shook your hand like a brother.
No, you did, but it was a bit.
No. Okay. Sorry. No. Sorry, sir.
Gabe, I feel like you're onto me.
No.
What did I do? Let's hash it out. What
no, look.
Jesus. Come on.
No.
Hey, you know what's crazy about that North and South divide? It's the same thing in Nigeria.
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing in Nigeria.
Hey, you see majority in Nigeria?
Yeah.
No, from what I've heard from my Nigerian friends, it's 60% majority Muslim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because remember, the North is bigger than the South.
Okay. Yes.
But it's the same issue in Nigeria.
Do you have any Muslims?
It's been the same issue for the past 60 years plus. Yeah.
But the interesting I find though is that I just hate the people who always use things as a divide.
Yeah.
And I think when it comes to religion, I think we do. I'm not gonna say we do need it, but I'm gonna say that there are its benefits.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask you, for instance, obviously all you known is Islam.
Yeah.
And that's what you was born into.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And I always ask a very interesting question before we move on to something else. I always ask, do you feel that the religion someone follows is more based on faith or the region they're born in?
Oh, that's a good question still.
Or the family they're born into.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you think it's more, because for instance, I'll let you answer, do you think it's more on your faith or the region you're born in?
Because remember, because you have to remember as well, like how people teach the religion. Like there's different. It's weird. It's weird because I know people that who weren't born into Islam. They've reverted and asked them like why, etc. Just because of some of the things that they've learned, etc. So, but yeah, I think more being born into the religion or like where the person's from, they kind of.
And I like that you've given an honest answer. You've given an honest answer.
For example, I'm obviously I was born into Islam. Do you know what I mean? But as I grew, I was thinking to myself, wait, do I really believe in Islam? So I actually did my own research. I didn't want to be like, Muslim and just because my parents are Muslim. So I did my own research. There's certain questions that I was afraid to ask because I thought like, if I ask this, am I kind of going against my religion? But even when I was speaking to one of like the imams at like in the mosques, they said you need to ask these questions because if you don't ask these questions, how are you going to really believe when we give you the answer? Kind of thing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I asked certain questions that I thought, right, this might even be mad to ask. He said, ask the maddest questions.
Yeah.
He gave me answers, like logical answers, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then that's kind of where I thought, yeah, this is where I need to really take, like, it's now more faith as opposed to my parents are Muslim, so I'm just Muslim. Do you know what I'm trying to say?